right.
What do you
Thank
think of Porter? Hall of Famer, career rapper?
You know, you have to look at a fighter's entire career. So, the fight just ended and his career just ended because he announced his retirement. I think he's a borderline guy, right? I mean, when you think about it, he lost most of his biggest fights. His biggest fight, Spence, Crawford, lost to Keith Thurman. He does beat Danny Garcia. So when you look at it, you go, he's a two-time WBC champion, had a lot of wins, but how many elite wins did he have, right? That is going to be the question. So I think he's a borderline guy, and if he gets nominated some year, he might get. You're not going to get in on a year when Floyd Mayweather and Andre Ward and Vladimir Klitschko are on the ballot. But there might be a year when you get in where there's not that many guys that are good, and then people will vote for him. So I think he's a borderline guy. If I had to say now, I would say no, but I want to think and reflect back on his career before I really make that assessment definitively.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing about Shawn, Shawn is such a likable guy.
Yes, he is.
I mean, it's almost like I don't know anyone that, talks bad about Shawn or anything like that.
Or his dad.
Yeah. And so maybe that may help some.
Shawn's going to get the benefit of the doubt because people like him. He's on TV, so that gives him more presence. People will talk about his career because of that. So he's going to get the benefit of the doubt, no doubt about it. So if it's close, I think it'll weigh in his favor. But you've got a couple years to really think about it and assess it. And let's look at what other fighters have done too in his career. So Ugas just had a nice win over Manny Pacquiao. That's a guy that Shawn Porter has a win over. So that helps him, right? But I think you really have to say when you look at it, he lost most of his big fights. That was true of Mike Tyson too. But Tyson was the biggest star in boxing, so it was a totally different scenario. It's not the same scenario as Shawn is in. I think he's got a dicey situation. Probably no would be my initial guess, but you got to look at it long term.
Long term. I agree.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Good to see you.